There's this profound wisdom I've been thinking about lately. The idea that life's greatest gifts often don't come from kicking down doors or forcing things to happen. They come from allowing the right doors to naturally reveal themselves. It's like when something truly belongs in your life, it flows in with this almost effortless grace. Think about those moments when things just clicked. Maybe it was meeting someone special and conversation flowed like you know each other forever. Or landing that job where your talents were actually appreciated. Or moving to a place that instantly felt like home. Those weren't coincidences. They were alignments. It's like a river finding its natural course. Water doesn't struggle or overthink. It simply flows around obstacles and finds the path of least resistance. The right relationships, opportunities, paths, they bring with them this sense of deep alignment. It's like this quiet knowing in your gut that transcends all the noisy uncertainty of those forced connections we all experienced. When something's right, you don't need a million reasons to justify it. It just fits. Now, let's flip the script and talk about those times you've tried to hold on to something that kept slipping away. It's like trying to grasp water in your closed fist, right? The tighter you squeeze, the more it escapes between your fingers. We've all been there. That relationship where you're constantly walking on eggshells. That job that drains your soul, but you keep showing up because you convinced yourself is your only option. That friendship that requires constant repair work just to maintain. Those situations that needed endless justification, constant fixing, or perpetual compromise. They were actually teaching you something incredibly valuable. They were showing you exactly what misalignment feels like. And here's the kicker. Without knowing what alignment feels like, how would you ever recognize true alignment when it appears? Every quote-unquote no in your life is quietly making space for a better yes. Every door that closes is directing you toward the one that's meant to open. Think about those times you looked back on something that felt like a massive disappointment when it happened. A breakup, a rejection letter, a missed opportunity, and later realized it was actually a bullet dodged. How many times have you thought, thank goodness that didn't work out because I wouldn't have found this better thing? Those aren't just silver linings. They're life showing you it had a better plan all along. Now, here comes with the mind-bending part. The greatest paradox of life may just be that our deepest fulfillment often comes not from relentless pursuit, but from peaceful surrender to life's natural rhythm. Hold up, I'm not talking about becoming passive or just sitting on your couch waiting for life to happen. That's not it at all. I'm talking about learning to trust the timing of your life. It's about taking action from a place of alignment rather than forcing outcomes that aren't ready to materialize. Those pieces that didn't fit, those doors that closed, those relationships that unraveled despite your best efforts, they weren't failures. They were life's way of clearing your path to something more aligned with your authentic self. But when you're in the thick of disappointment, it's nearly impossible to see that. The key lies in loosening your grip on those rigid expectations we all carry around. Finding peace in the present moment. even when it doesn't match the picture you had in your head. Understanding that life is orchestrating a greater plan than what your limited perspective can currently envision. It's like being in a maze where you can only see a few steps ahead, while life has the aerial view. When you learn to flow with life, rather than fighting against it, you'll find that what's meant for you will arrive with perfect timing, bringing not confusion or chaos, but a deep sense of rightness and peace. So how do we start to recognize when we're forcing something versus when we're in flow? It's all about turning into those subtle signals our intuition sends us. When something's right, there's this ease to it. Not that there aren't challenges. Of course there are. But there's an underlying current of yes beneath the surface. There's energy instead of exhaustion. There's growth instead of constant strain. Think of it like swimming with or against the current. When you're fighting against life's flow, every stroke is exhausting. You're burning energy just to stay in place. But when you're moving with the flow, even your efforts feel supported by something larger than yourself. Pay attention to how your body responds in different situations. That tension in your shoulders when you're about to make that phone call, that the knot in your stomach before meeting certain people, the heaviness in your chest when thinking about particular commitments, those aren't random. They're your internal guidance system lighting up like a dashboard warning light. On the flip side, notice when you feel lightness, expansion, and energy. When time seems to fly because you're so engaged. Those are alignment makers pointing you toward your right path. Letting go is an art form, and like any art, it takes practice. But here's what I learned. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about releasing what's no longer serving you to make space for what will. Sometimes, letting go means literally walking away from situations, relationships, or opportunities. Other times, it means letting go of the way you thought things would look or the timeline you had in mind. When you feel that resistance, that urge to control outcomes or force something into existence, get curious about what's underneath it. Is it fear? Is it ego? Is it old patterns playing out? It's usually our dead grip on certain outcomes comes from some deeper insecurity or belief that if we don't make this particular thing happen, we'll somehow be okay. The truth, you'll be more than okay, because what's truly meant for you can't miss you. And what's not meant for you won't fit, no matter how hard you try to make it. Try this practice. When you feel yourself pushing against resistance, take a deep breath and ask, what if I just loosened my grip here? What if I trusted life a little more? See what happens when you create that space. Often, that's exactly when the magic happens. When you get out of your own way. Life's got a plan that's way better than whatever you're trying to force into existence. When you learn to loosen your grip and trust the flow, the right doors open without you having to kick them down or pick the locks. The best stuff in life, the relationships, opportunities, paths that are truly meant for you, they'll show up with perfect timing and feel like coming home, not like a constant uphill battle. So maybe it's time to stop white knuckling through life and see what happens when you just let go. Remember, surrender isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's understanding that you're part of something bigger than just your individual plans and timelines. It's trusting that the universe or God has your back, even when the path ahead isn't clear.